Now, there's a lot of shit that I actually want to talk about. Well, not a lot. The shit I gotta get off NXT shit. But before we get into that, we have to get with Scoops for sure. Because I honestly, when Halloween Havoc was over, I was honestly gonna come on here that same night and get my shit off. Not necessarily in a bad way. It's just it's one of those things where I spent half the time yelling at the screen, stupid shit that was going on.
Yeah.
But we'll get into it. But Scoop, what we got, man?
Well, first and foremost, if you want to peel back the names one more time, let the people see, because I told them I hinted at what I was going to do this week. And since it is the coup de grace, as they say, so I have to go ahead and let them know what's up.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Let them know.
I like that.
So, but
that's really
first
good.
And foremost, thank you. When it comes to these scoops, the biggest thing that just really took over the news was Ring of Honor.
That was fucking crazy.
I sent it to the group chat. Jaeger sent it to the group chat. So basically, in a nutshell, January 1, 2022, everybody who is signed to Ring of Honor will be released from their contract.
Shit.
The reason being, they want to do some restructuring, and they hope to have everything up by spring. And with that being said, I guess they would hope whoever comes back, but everybody will be released from their contract.
Yeah.
Now, more news kind of came out today. The Ring of Honor tape library, the Sinclair-owned archive since 2012, is available to the highest bidder.
Oh, so they actually did serve that shit up. Huh.
Yeah. So
okay.
It would be interesting for AEW to try to scoop it up, especially since the first All In was there, because Ring of Honor owns the library to All In, but of course AEW I think owns the name.
Yeah.
AEW owns the trademark, but Ring of Honor owns the footage.
Interesting how that works.
I know, right? It's kind of weird, but yeah. So we will see what happens with that, because that's interesting. So with that being said, gentlemen, what are y'all thoughts on everybody's contract being up in the air come January 1, 2022?
I honestly, when I heard the restructuring part, the first thing I thought was, why the fuck didn't NXT do this? This is what NXT should have done. They should have taken a hiatus and then done 2.0. That was my first thought. But at the same time, when I finally got back down to earth and started thinking realistically, it was more or less like, well, damn, now it's a feeding frenzy on the talent.
Yes.
And it's also, it's a double-edged sword, because now you have more talent than you can handle.
Yes.
But at the same time, you have a lot of potential spontaneity in terms of the wrestling landscape. So Impact, New Japan, AEW, GCW, which is on fucking fire as of late.
I have not checked that out yet.
And other companies under the sun, MLW, who else?
NWA,
of course. Yeah, so you have potential everywhere. I would say WWE and NXT, but I'm like, I don't even see them, because Triple H isn't in charge at NXT right now, so it's like
they might.
It's possible.
They might.
But with what's going on with WWE as of late, I doubt anybody takes that unless they really are hurting for the money, which could be the case with a lot of people. But
yeah.
Valid point.
That's my take on it. I mean, I think it sucks, but it can do more good than harm at this point. I just hope that when they say restructuring, they actually are intending to come back.
That's the plan. The plan
Well,
is that they want to come back to spring, and they're hoping the spring is March.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I saw
So that
something
is the
about.
plan.
I think I saw something about April or something. But
Yeah.
hey,
So they do want to come back.
yeah, that's what I'm all for. As long as they want to come back, they don't want to like take their time with this, or at least too much time with it.
Yeah.
Then there's plenty of good talent that are probably going to find some contracts elsewhere, and there might be
Oh
some
yeah.
people doing some kind of temporary thing for at least until Ring of Honor comes back. I know there's plenty of Ring of Honor talent that can find work at AEW doing Dark and Elevation,
True.
Mhm.
and yeah, I mean it looks like it'll be interesting to see where a lot of faces pop up.
I'm just letting y'all know, as a fan, Jay Lethal shows up on AEW. I'm marking out.
Ooh,
I'm
right,
marking out.
right.
I'm just letting y'all know.
I would love that, but at the same time, I would almost hate that
Same.
because
Same.
AEW is just stacked with star power at this point,
Yes.
and this is where signing a lot of people with the potential of other people coming in can almost hinder. I don't want to say hinder the company because it's not a bad thing to have star power, but what do? You
Exactly.
can't have a spot for everybody. Right now they're doing fine, but it's toting the line because if they get Wyndham,
Mm.
ah, shit.
Oh, hey, you brought up story number 2.
Wow, nice segue.
Oh, good shit.
Wyndham has officially changed his name on Twitter.
Two.
It is basically it's still Wyndham Rotunda, but his handle is now Wyndham 6, I think. Yeah,
Huh.
Wyndham 6. Because remember
That's
before it was WWE Bray Wyatt, now it's Wyndham
mhm.
6, and he has 1 day left.
Yeah, because I know he had tweeted out 2 days.
Yes.
So that could be cryptic in itself, or you really could just be saying,
Mhm.
yeah, 2 days for my release, basically. Or you could be like 2 days till you start seeing shit on Rampage, because again,
Guys,
Fam, if he shows up on Rampage tomorrow, once again, I'm going to mark out.
mm,
I'm
well,
going to mark out.
damn it, I forgot 10, but I was about to count out. There's 7 members of Dark Order, so that would have been like a what the fuck if that was the case.
I'm talking about the
But
Wyndham
wait,
6.
hold on, wait. But there is no six though.
there is there is 7.
No, you're
It's
talking about the neck. You're talking about the number system wise. How
Yeah.
everybody is after a number. There is no number 6 technically.
there is no number 7 either, but there is a 5 and 10. There's 1 and 2,
Uno.
Uno and Grayson. 5 and 10. What were Silver? I can't remember. Silver and Reynolds were something at first.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I can never remember Silver and Reynolds
But I'm just
number.
reaching. I'm just reaching.
Hey, reaching. Hey,
I
sometimes
mean,
when
we
you
could
reach,
well, look, we could be, but honestly, at this point, based on what's happened on NXT, I mean NXT AEW, but we'll get into Dynamite, of course, um, later on. But yeah, I don't see Bray doing that. But I mean, we'll talk about that
Yeah,
whenever we do tag me in.
I do wonder
But
how he'll make his way.
what
uh,
else we got, Scoot?
also, this might be a little interesting, and I kind of really want to know what Dizzle really has to say with this one.
Hmm.
Oh,
Apparently, the kerfluffle with Charlotte and Becky, the locker room, it is on Charlotte. I mean, on Becky Lynch's side, because
Oh yeah.
apparently Charlotte Flair is difficult to work with, and they ain't really rocking with Miss Flair like that. So
mm.
everybody's rocking on Becky's side. So I talked to my brother about it, and he was like, one, not Charlotte Flair being the pariah in the locker room, and I rebutted, Charlotte gonna fuck around and leave.
Yeah.
Yo,
And
it feels that way. Not gonna lie.
and he came back and said, why not go to AEW? Your husband is there, or soon to be husband is there. Why not go over there and fuck it up? Not fuck it up in a bad way, but fuck it up in a good way. But the question is, to like I said, I want Dizzle to answer first. Your
Mm-hmm.
thoughts on the locker room having Becky's back, Charlotte being difficult, et cetera, potential of Charlotte leaving, all of that.
Yeah, I my mind has changed slightly from what I said
Okay.
previously because
Okay.
where I was on the side of Charlotte in the fact of, maybe this could have been a whole management backstage thing where she wanted to make certain decisions and she lobbied for Bianca to win the title. This is the
Okay.
only time that we've heard Charlotte actually lobbying for somebody to beat her.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is
So
true.
my thing is this now? It could be true. She could have lobbied for Bianca to win, but that could have also been an agenda for her to gain
Because I don't
favor
want to work
because she
with
knew
I
she
don't want
was
to work
having a
with
bunch of
Becky.
backlash. Well, not
Yeah.
even that. Just for the fact that
Oh,
well,
okay.
I don't want to look like I'm that person. I want to look like I'm trying to give back at least to save face because she realizes the heat that she has.
Okay.
So if we do take that into consideration, there's that aspect. But if we also think about it from a perspective of, well, if they are saying, if these are rumors, then where was this generous Charlotte when she had the NXT championship and she lost to and she beat Bianca previously?
Mm-hmm.
Where was that when she beat Rhea at WrestleMania? Where was
Mm-hmm.
that when Asuka had her undefeated streak? Where was that when she was back and forth with Rhea?
Do have a
So
point there.
those are my issues with that because it's like, yeah, you can say that she did say this, but then you also have to answer to all these other situations where she went over because she's gone on record to say how good she is. Fuck the fans, fuck anybody who doubts her and all this other stuff, who
Mm-hmm.
actually have a legitimate gripe against her booking. So it's hard for me to take the and shout out to JD Ramin Y OTS. Because he's the one that actually when he actually went over this, he opened my eyes to that, and I thought about, I was like, you know what, that actually is correct. Thinking about that. So yeah, and to have Sonya Deville actually want to or reportedly want to fight Charlotte, that's like, okay, because you and I watched the whole title exchange back, and you can
Are you
see
watching
Sonya
it?
Deville. Yeah, you can see her visibly get like mad, like, yo, pick it up, like chill out, like pick it up, and it's like you
That's
you
what I
could
was
tell it.
like when I was originally looking at it, I was like, what kind of 12-year-old shit is happening right now? Like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Now I will bring up the whole Nia Jax thing because it's like, I'm not mad at that. Y'all want to fight Nia, cool, because Nia didn't hurt a lot of people legitimately. So my anger was not towards that. It's like, hey, fuck all that shit. But with what's going on now, Charlotte needs to just leave because she's going to gain more favor if she leaves and builds up her credibility like Cody did,
Mm-hmm.
to the point to where nepotism doesn't really lead the forefront in her booking, to the point to where she actually shows what she has through her talent and the way that she carries herself on the independent scene, to the point to where she can legitimately gain favor from the fans and the people that actually matter. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my take on it.
What you got, Jaeger? Or do you have any other thing to say to it?
To your point, Lip, like there is the question of where the hell was all this love, or where the hell was all this like talking up for how this looks for other wrestlers. I agree with you on the fact, like, hey, what's making you want to do this now? Same time, though, I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. If she's trying to do something right, Like maybe she had something go on where she got a little humbled. I don't know what could have been. Maybe that
Yeah.
plastic surgery is getting to her. I don't know. Um, but
No.
yeah, I threw a little shade there. Sorry.
Yeah, see, yeah.
But actually, no, not sorry. Whatever. Like if I see her face to face, I'm still good. I don't know if I'll recognize her, but I'll still say the same shit.
Wow.
But all right, that's enough cracking on her. But like I said, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. If she wants to do something good for the up and coming talent, then by all means she should. She should
Yeah.
always so continue to do so. But if at the same time that's causing heat with the locker room, then I honestly see no problem in taking your talents. I mean, as arguable as they are, it could just be the booking of what's been going on to make her like be getting all the heat that she's gotten with us. But hey, if she wants to fix that heat with the fans, by all means, take it to another company if the current one does not want to let you do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Basically.
if it happens to be AEW, hey, that'd be all the better for Andrade. Not sure how the fans will initially react.
Yeah.
At the same
Once
time, though, if
again,
you take it to Impact or anywhere else, hey,
it's kind of like
uh,
what you said. That's all about the booking.
yeah, oh,
Absolutely.
100%, 100%.
If they book her coming in, I'm on some queen shit, and then she takes the title within like 2 months, then it's like, all right, it's
Yeah,
just a
that's
repeat.
like exactly. It's a rinse and repeat. Like, please don't
It's
do
just a
that.
repeat.
Basically.
All right,
Hmm.
so one story I'm going to save for Tag Me In. So make sure y'all watch that. The
Hmm.
last story is a curious case of what the hell is going on in the wrestling world.
Mm.
Oh,
All right, so everybody, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if everybody is familiar with West Side Gun,
Yeah.
Griselda, Buffalo. I
hmm.
can't do his ad libs, but if you listen to Griselda, West Side Gun, and you also know he's an avid wrestling fan. If you listen to his music, he tends to put clips of match announcements and things like that, or promos in his music and whatever. Well,
Yeah.
one of his songs on, I think, Hitler Wears Hermes 8, either A or B, he used one of Greg Hamilton's uh voice. One of his I
Oh,
know, I think it was another mixtape, one of them, but he used Greg Hamilton. So Greg Hamilton decides to fire off on Instagram. And I'm gonna read you all of these posts. Well, at West Side Gun, let's hope since you stole my voice for your incoherent kindergarten fables that you saved
yikes!
enough delivering for DoorDash because you are fucked. You'll be paying me You'll be paying me for years. Apologize, and I'll think about not collecting every dime for the rest of your life. Or I could just get WWE lawyers. That's okay too. Settle with my lawyer and don't ever use my voice again. So wrong.
Shit.
Then somebody said something, then he added that person. It should be an honor that I'm on his track. Want proof? He couldn't afford me and stole my vocals. You done, clown? He responded to somebody else with boom. He responded to somebody else, and I have no ego about it. Just apologize and recognize I don't need his chump change. Let's just be kind and put each other over if we're going to do work. This was shitty AF, but he's a hack, so I get it. Looking for a come up. And then he responds, somebody else, it's very petty. Please tell him that. It seems desperate on his part and he wants to seem relevant. Very sad, completely agree.
Jeez.
So, all that to be said, Greg Hamilton was fired from WWE like Tuesday or Wednesday. So, we don't know if he got fired due to all of that or they was about to get ready to fire him. But yeah, Greg
Wait, so
Hamilton
you
has been.
You said that he stated, "Let's be nice and build each other up."
Yeah.
The contradiction in that.
Yeah.
I wonder did he get fired when he said he could use WWE's lawyers?
I thought that was the case because I didn't know about all the other stuff. I knew about that,
Yeah.
but now going back at it, I'm like, well, he could have probably gone away with the whole lawyer thing. But with him just going back and forth and just being very condescending and snarky about the shit, it's just like, yeah, you sitting here threatening with a gun that's not really yours. So it's like,
yeah, but Greg Hamilton has been fired, so I guess come Friday on SmackDown, we will see who the new announcer is. So, yeah,
a little sloppy all around.
very. It's just like where the fuck did the shit come from? It's like you should feel honored that somebody somebody thought highly enough of you to actually utilize your vocals in something.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Oh, since we talking about rappers using vocals, shout out to JPEG Mafia. They have a song called "In Credits," and they use the Armed Anderson promo in that. So shout out to JPEG Mafia for being the first rappers to use that Glock Anderson.
Oh,
promo.
Wait, is Arn Anderson tweeting them and going after them for using his promo?
Oh,
I don't know.
He's not.
I haven't heard
Spoiler
the word
alert.
on it yet.
Exactly.
Spoiler,
But Orn to get the Glock. So
yeah.
But yeah, so I just thought that was interesting in the wide world of what the wrestling is going on. That Greg Hamilton is going at
what the wrestling.
Going.
Yeah.
But all right. I guess we can talk about Halloween Havoc.
Halloween tragic.
Oh no. Oh no.
Off the bat. All right.
Okay. I will have a disclaimer. I was driving, so I didn't get a chance to see the ladder match in full. I know who won, but I didn't see the ladder match in full.
All I know is that it was the second night in a row that there was a ladder match in WWE.
Here's the problem with this. Yeah, everything sounds good when you talk about a ladder match and the women here.
Mm-hmm.
See, when I think about ladder matches involving women in NXT, I immediately go to Mia Yim, Io Shirai.
You know what? Unfortunately, they set a standard that maybe
too high of a bar.
Women aren't ready for ladder matches.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say it like that, but yeah.
Here's the thing with that. And I look, there were some moments in that ladder match that I was like, whew, especially when Io drop kicked the ladder on Mia Yim and then, her face. Yeah. But shout out to them for finishing the match. Now, when we talk about this match,
okay,
they did not do a good job of setting a standard to say, you know what? Hey, women can do. Matter of fact, what they did, they proved Jim Cornette right when he gripes about women doing certain matches.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that have a misconception with this match. You think, because these women took certain spots, that this match was good. And that's that WWE fan mentality where they think, because certain people got hurt or certain people took certain spots, that this match was fucking awesome. No, this match was a fucking train wreck because it was, the match, if you take out all the spots, the match was not good. It was not good.
So let me ask you this. Was it pretty apparent that Gigi and JC was going to win?
Yeah, because they were getting their asses handed to them a good maybe the first 30% of the match.
Okay.
They were the ones taking certain spots. They were the ones, being knocked out the ring, being knocked onto certain ladders. Gigi took a power bomb on the ladder from Persia Parada, and she almost missed the fucking ladder. it was either her tailbone or the back of her neck that hit that ladder.
Oh no!
And you could tell that it was just yeah. And then
I also read they said that they made Persia look pretty strong in this match.
she did, but it's all her and JC Jane almost didn't know what to do because there were certain moments where it's like you can tell. And Zoe Stark tried to go for a oh my gosh, the Phoenix Splash, and she flipped and like landed on her feet, but it looked like she tweaked her knees because almost like she wasn't gonna make it. So it's like in midair where she like almost decided to like just stop and it's like stutter step, and then she tried to jump on top of her after that. But the way that she landed, it's almost like she tweaked her knee.
Okay,
so I'm pretty sure she got hurt. But you know what? Also,
I mean, it goes without saying.
I don't know what it is lately, but every time.
I mean, yeah, Gigi does.
Every time. Fucking time. Every NXT. If there's no other reason to watch it, it's that.
Do we need to spell it out though?
It's there.
I mean, if you're listening and you know what the though means.
You know what though means.
Yeah.
You know what it means, especially in Gigi's case.
But and speaking of Gigi Dolan, the way that she actually knocked I think it was Zoe. No. I think it was Indy. I think she knocked Indy off. The way she kicked her off the ladder. Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this ladder match.
Now, the one thing I didn't like though, because when Gigi grabbed the title, she only grabbed one title. Normally, when you see these tag team title matches on the ladder,
they grab the whole hook.
They grab both. They either grab the whole hook or they take both titles down. She only took one title down and they rang the bell, which I understand. But yeah, this match was in EO. The way she crashed into that goddamn ladder.
Now I did see that. See that.
We know.
That looked
Loki
very
definitely
painful.
didn't like that.
That looked painful.
Now she got up after that and walked it off. So, but still,
she iced the fuck up for the rest of the night.
I'm pretty sure that, I mean, aside from Indy and Persia, everybody else had to have gotten wrecked throughout this match.
Okay.
Because it didn't look like India and Persia took any spots.
Okay, wait. I want to take the reins on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna halfway have the kid gloves on, then I'm gonna take them off.
Okay.
Dexter Lumis, Johnny Gargano, Carmelo Hayes.
It's almost like I was about to jump into this.
And I even throw in Trick. I even throw in Trick. Cause he's even starting to grow on me too. What the fuck was all of that?
What, you don't like zombies, man?
No, it's not that.
What the fuck was all of that? That was what, 3 segments? 2 segments?
It felt like half the fucking show.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you just brought that up, Jaeger. They did all that jumping and flinching, and the first time Trick throws a punch, he hits Carmelo. It was like, okay, guys, I'm over this. I'm good. This is fine. Can you just get your fucking belts? We can go. But please, this was who, boy. The acting, you know what? I would have enjoyed it, but I would have enjoyed it a lot better if they would have played into the black people being in horror stereotype, where we would have just been like, but it was like they were trying, but they were acting too hard at the same time. But I was audibly like, come on, can we get this shit over with? Like, I hated that these 4 men was wasted on this. Cheesiness.
Yeah,
and
no.
What the fuck Andre Chase just shows up at? Like,
that's another thing.
What the fuck?
because this is the moment in the show where I was like, they're really main roster in this shit. And it didn't stop there because there were matches that had a lot of main roster seasoning sprinkled on it.
I was gonna say shenanigans, but yeah, that works.
Yeah, I didn't like any of this. I didn't like it for Johnny. I didn't like it for see, and the thing that made me mad is that last year they pretty much did this with Cameron Grimes and Dexter Lumis. And
yes, we
they
just
did
seen this.
it got cheesy at the end with Dexter's zombie sister or whatever when they got into the ring, but up until that point, like the whole haunted house thing, it was cheesy, but it was within it was in moderation. It wasn't like, hey, we're just gonna throw this shit at you. Hey, it's all for kids. Yeah, it wasn't like that. It played on the fact that Cameron Grimes, was spooked by Dexter. And it played on the fact that he was kidnapped by Dexter. So it was like him trying to find his way out. But it's like it was so fucking forced.
I guess they were planning on the haunted houses that you go to, but
it pissed me off twice in the commentary and in the beginning, which I knew this was going to set up to be some bullshit. Because when the commentary threw it to the angle, they said it was Dexter Lumis and Johnny Jigsaw. Then Johnny said, I home alone the whole house. Not one home alone or saw like shenanigans happened throughout the whole thing.
There was not.
Not one. Other than what, Carmelo being dragged through a trick wall. No pun intended. But, oh my god, I hated this. This was the worst. But I'm done talking about it. We could just move on to the next match, which I forgot what it was.
It didn't matter because it was Joe Gacy and Malik Blade with
okay. Joe Gacy won, y'all.
Yeah, he did. Malik Blade is basically the enhancement
Joe
talent.
Gacy is here for all of us. Come on.
That's fine. Well, he can keep his snowflakes elsewhere. Speaking of, you know what? And speaking of this whole situation, what the fuck was the point of LA Knight and Grayson Waller having the fucking host match when Chucky pretty much spent the most time hosting the fucking show? You could have gotten away with Chucky just hosting the show because of the whole narrative of his show being right after fucking NXT.
Yo,
and then on top of that, you only seen we'll talk about it now. The whole setup for the hosting was to introduce Solo Sikoa, which it was like that shit was fucking lackluster. So I'm
gonna say this. And I don't know how y'all two feel, but me personally, Grayson Waller ain't it, Chief.
No.
Oh no.
Tuesday showed me that fuck it. He seems like that white dude who's really trying to be cool with the black people, and he is trying too fucking hard.
He's gonna be the person that gets old very quick with everybody to the point where he becomes annoying, and then he gets go away heat because he's starting to feel very forced. It was cool when he came in on Roderick Strong to like get the opportunity to challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship, but then after that, it started to get more and more like, yo, you're kind of overstaying your welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Like they need to do everything within moderation. And of course, speaking of Roderick Strong had a match with Odyssey Jones. A nice way to keep Odyssey Jones looking strong in defeat.
But guys, his ass ain't 205.
He's not. He's not.
And shout out to my man's Malcolm Bivens. Yeah. He said, I know your big ass ain't 205. Diamond Mine forever.
It didn't matter.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. Since they booked Roddy to win that match the way he won that match, that should be an alternate finisher of his. If that jumping knee strike knocked out Odyssey Jones, it should knock out anybody in 205.
True.
That should be an alternate finisher if they're gonna do it that way.
I agree.
Since we finished talking about that, what the fuck was the reason why we had a match to determine a host just for fucking Waller to be the host? Then LA Knight comes out later. They wearing the same fucking costume. It was like, you know what? I'm over this shit. I was so over it. I was so over it. And
Solo
then
Sikoa didn't waste it.
And I'm gonna say this. I understand the Braun Breaker in the Solo Sequoia situation, but how the hell? So I'm gonna do some correlations here. With the Curtis Axel situation, it was okay because Curtis Axel isn't really a splitting image of Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker is his
father's son and his uncle's nephew.
And his uncle's nephew. Solo Sequoia, the moment he took that hood off, actually was like, ooh,
yo, and everybody starts now. I don't know if they were orchestrated to do that, but they were chanting Uso.
Solo Sequoia. So here it is. You have a third Us. You have Rick Steiner's fucking clone, but you give them different names.
And that's the thing that pisses me off because, and you know what? I'll get into the Braun Breaker stuff when we get into the match. But yeah, and again, more to the point of this feeling like a main roster show. They have a Halloween party.
Oh God!
Like every fucking main roster holiday show does. That means absolutely nothing.
Why did it have to be Robert Stone to get into it with Zion Quinn? Why?
Because they need that R-Truth moment.
Okay.
They need that.
I get it.
What's his face? Tozawa. They need Tozawa. They need that Tozawa energy.
24/7 shenanigans shit.
Yeah, they need that shit. But to more shenanigans, we get the trick or treat street fight with Mandy Rose and Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship.
All right, I'm out.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with this.
I'm out.
I was okay with this match, with it not being for the title, because
no. I'm gonna change that. If they really, so I'm gonna go ahead and Adam Blumpier this whole thing.
Ooh.
If they really wanted Toxic Attraction to truly be champions, and they really wanted to go ahead and take the belt off of Raquel, this was the perfect opportunity to book Raquel to make her look like she was such this powerful and unstoppable woman, but they blew it because it was a trick or treat street fight, whatever the fuck they called it. Well, actually, it was Chucky's choice. Then it became a trick or treat, whatever the fuck it was. What they should have done was that should have been the perfect example to make that match damn near 3-on-1.
Like they did with Legado del Fantasma and fucking Karrion Kross, but have it the opposite ending.
I understand Toxic Attraction might have still been a little beat up from the match, but that would have been perfect to make it 3-on-1. And right when we thought Raquel was going to come back, then we should have had the hooded figure, which ended up being Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
Did what she did.
No. Hey. No face, no case, man.
Well, she took the mask off.
Yeah,
I mean, at first.
She took the mask off.
Oh, okay.
The people y'all are assuming who beat up Darby Allin never took their mask off.
That's fair. Never mind.
But then she should have been the death knell to show that, damn, it took 4 women to take out Raquel. But no, they legitimately had Mandy Rose going 1-on-1.
And beat her clean.
Even though it took a shovel to the back, but once again, it's in the realm of the rules. Yeah. But yeah.
And this is where I get pissed off.
I didn't mind the title change because I knew they wanted Toxic Attraction. But the moment they made it a street fight was their way out to be like, damn, Mandy had to win the belt due to shenanigans other than Dakota. but I'm gonna let you speak on it. Hey, Raquel.
I
You're still my champion, Raquel.
I mine the title change for one specific reason.
Okay.
If Dakota was not involved in this, all right, whatever you want to push that agenda, cool. That's your business, your prerogative. Do what you do. Don't agree with the title change in this manner because you should have had Toxic Attraction help Mandy.
Yes.
But if you are going to further the feud between Dakota and Raquel, why the fuck did you not give her the title for Raquel to chase Dakota for it? And then have Mandy come into play.
Right.
This right here is main roster booking. Because you didn't know what to do with Dakota. You had plenty of time to put her on the fucking main roster. Granted, you wouldn't do shit with her then either. But you had a chance. You had a chance to make this fucking right. To send Dakota off perfectly fine. Or at least have it to where Dakota lost to Mandy. Something.
Yeah, something.
Because then at that point, you could have had Raquel go to the main roster and then be dominant over there.
Yeah, they kerfluffled all of that.
Like you are slowly but surely destroying what was the best women's division in professional wrestling.
Oh, and trust me, people, I'm gonna get to my hot take once we wrap everything up. I'm gonna get to my hot take, but
yeah, and then you get, of course, all Toxic Attraction holding their belts and all this other shit. JC Jane acting obnoxious. That's fine, cool. I'm still kind of heated, but
you heated there? I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I mean, I know I hide it well.
Yeah.
But then you continue the obnoxiousness with, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I said this shit when I was yelling at the TV. There's never been a fucking lumberjack match in NXT.
No.
Okay, cool.
I don't believe there has. Yeah.
So there's that. There's never been one on NXT. Now I ask, what was the point of this lumberjack match? Because none of the guys outside the ring did anything. And then once they did the spot that they were needed, the bodies were needed for.
Oh my God! I feel
the one thing that's never we're gonna get to that too. They do the one thing that's never been done in a fucking lumberjack match. You escort all the lumberjacks away from the ring to make this a regular fucking tag match, which lets me know that you didn't have a fucking plan. You just wanted to have a good high spot and have people to catch anybody. Well, catch anybody who was gonna come out the ring.
Y'all didn't catch Nash Carter. That poor man's back. That poor man's back. Okay, I'm gonna say this.
Hold on, Imperium won, by the way, so new champs. But go ahead, Scoot.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this.
Shouldn't have been the case, but go ahead, Scoot.
Yes, Imperium should have not been the ones to take the belt off of MSK. That was GYV's job.
Yes, it was.
MSK's first loss was against Imperium. And number 3, this is the dumbest lumberjack match I've ever seen in my life.
It muddled what could have been potentially the match of the night.
It could have had. You're right, and I'm over it.
Yeah,
ain't what the main event next.
Yeah. And the highlight of this was Tommaso.
As much as I hate and despise Chucky, shout out to Chucky for bringing the continuity of the fact that he did have some dealings with Rick Steiner.
Here's what I hate though.
Yeah.
Because Chucky threw some shade, and I don't know if that was WWE's agenda or what. But right when Braun Breaker was going to come out, they said, let's see if being a loser runs in the family.
Oh, shit, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. And I was
Oh,
like,
shit.
that's like who you who? And then and see, and there's another thing about, and this is what I want to talk about too. You call him Braun Breaker. You refuse to call him Rick Steiner, yet you throw all these Easter eggs, calling him the puppy face gremlin. You know,
Yes.
like just like come
I'm
on,
sorry.
alluding to his family and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is clearly an agenda for Vince to get him on the main roster and then change his name.
Yes, absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
it's too fucking blatant. Yeah, this match was a match, and I'm
It
glad it didn't
wasn't
go the way that
bad.
I. No, it wasn't bad. It just it did show that Braun Breaker is not ready to be champ.
Yes.
Um, now is he good? Yes, but to be able to call a match, to be able to be a ring general, he ain't there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know if you want to skip to the end, but shout out to the way Tommaso had to beat Braun Breaker though.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, he realized he had to throw everything at Mr. Breaker for him to finally finish him off. Like he hit him with what, 4 knees and the
Mm-hmm.
fairy tale ending. And it was like, all right, fam.
Then he
Blood
took that
blood
DDT on the
come back.
concrete,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
which busted him open.
He
shout
threw
out to
the
the fact
sink
that
at him,
Tommaso
man.
had to throw everything. Oh, and
Yeah.
shout out to Tommaso for being the god of war, aka the god of NXT, whatever you want to call him. But shouts out to Tommaso.
Yeah, and now we can probably let Braun Breaker breathe and do his thing on another end, and let Tommaso and the NXT class of the previous iteration show them how it's done in the main event.
Johnny Gargano.
The
I mean, what?
LA Knight, Johnny Gargano, you know.
Probably gonna be LA.
Oh yeah,
It'll
absolutely,
be LA.
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be
Now,
Johnny, but that's just
now
because they're not
we're
going to show
like,
Johnny live.
now we're almost 48 minutes in, and I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all this hot take.
Ooh.
After watching Halloween Havoc, my first thoughts was I am terrified at the first takeover of NXT 2.0.
I hope there's never a takeover for this NXT 2.0.
I am
At least not
terrified.
yet.
Second that.
Like I am terrified. Like I was literally like, wow, there could potentially be the first takeover where I absolutely hate. Because if Halloween Havoc is any indication, I am terrified of a takeover on NXT 2.0. And that's
Yeah.
literally coming from the heart. I'm terrified.
Yeah. Yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. So, yeah. NXT 2.0 Halloween
Ah,
Tragic.